Yo soy Diego Ávila y usted está escuchando al Cartridge Club.
Weekly.
Oh, weekly. I didn't know that we started.
No mic check today, son.
Yeah, we have not checked our levels.
Nope. We look good.
No, my hair looks terrible.
Leveled.
I'm going to have at least one more weekly with my hair looking like this.
And then it's haircut time.
It's haircut time.
Every 6 weeks, like clockwork.
I wish it was every 6 weeks. Guess how often I get my haircut?
Every 3 months.
Every 2.5 months.
Wowzers.
Yeah. I should do it more. It's just, I don't want to pay for it.
What is the Cartridge Club?
It's a place where people can come and celebrate games together.
Yeah. What is this show?
This is like a show where we talk about things that go on in said Cartridge Club.
Oh, okay. So things happen there.
Yeah, like people make podcasts, people have videos, people have blogs, and we talk about it here.
That's weird. Where can I find some of those podcasts, videos, and or blogs?
Luckily, they're all conveniently located in one central spot, cartridgeclub.org.
Let's check that out.
This was not planned.
No? Didn't see this coming?
No.
Tired of doing it.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
I'm not very good at it. I need a script.
For those of you wondering, Shadows in the Room just dropped her treat on the ground. Might not have been able to hear that. I don't know.
I'm sure they heard.
Yeah. So, she's wiping out.
She's placing. She's good.
And in this show, we're going to talk about some news in the gaming world. We're going to talk about some updates on the Cartridge Club website.
Yeah.
Then we're going to answer some questions from you, the listener.
Oh, my. The Clubbers.
I am Player One half of the founding members of the Cartridge Club podcast. This is my brother, Player Two, the other half. We founded the podcast. The club itself was actually a bigger group of people. Includes some gentlemen from a little show called Retro Fandango.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
Mr. Dean Lasagna. And Darren, actually, Gaming Pilgrimage.
Darren.
Fun facts for everyone.
That is some fun. I think it's Darren's birthday.
Yeah. Maybe.
Is it? I don't know. Maybe
But
not.
we're going to start with news.
All right, news it up. I only have a few things. How about you? You got lots? You got lots of things?
I got a couple of things.
All right, let's get it done.
So, first up, what do you got?
Um,
As I wait for my handy-dandy self-made
well,
news
let's
app.
give a little chat about the eShop closing. January 2019 is when they are officially shutting it down, but you have for most of that year to re-download things if you needed things re-downloaded.
Yeah, that's sort of a bummer.
But it's a bummer.
What I mean, when did the Wii stop being produced? 2012?
I have no idea. People do seem upset about this news, though. What do you think? Are you worried about games being lost into the ether?
No.
All right. What about WiiWare games?
Aren't they all available on disc somewhere?
I don't know. Probably not.
I think anybody who wants them will make sure that they are properly. Like there are video game historians out there.
What?
Yeah, like actual historians.
For digital
Patrick
content?
Scott Peterson. He's a video game historian for all gaming.
Even digital?
All gaming stuff.
I don't think I don't think you're really answering the question.
I have no doubt in my mind that he also he keeps newspaper clippings, so I'm sure he keeps digital
Whoa,
games.
that is pretty impressive.
So I feel like people like him would go out of their way to make sure that this is preserved. Anything that could be lost is preserved. But I mean, you're
I don't know how it's
carrying
gonna
on a
happen.
service 7 years after you stopped selling it.
Nobody's faulting
The Wii
Nintendo for
U
this.
came out in 2012. You know, that's
Nobody's faulting them for this. But what about the games that are going to be lost?
well.
It's crazy to me that digital content is the future.
Yeah, but this has always happened. Like, it's not like you can walk around and get a stadium events. You know what I mean? Games have been lost
You can go on eBay right now and buy stadium
for
events.
$10,000. It's not a reasonable amount.
You know what you can't do? Go on eBay right now and spend $10,000 on a WiiWare game.
You probably could.
No.
You couldn't. You're right.
I know.
That's a good thing.
No, it isn't. There's gonna be a time where you can't get one of these games. Now, this isn't a big deal now because it's little WiiWare games. People can look past this, but there will come a time where the AAA games are this, when there's no longer physical content. My heart breaks.
What will we do?
I don't know, man. That's a scary thought, but I don't really care. I think they supported it as long as they possibly could. And I'd say farewell, RIP, to a very good eShop. One might say the first real, actually I think it is the first real retro online console, right? virtual consoles. You know what I'm talking about?
That is not a statement I am comfortable agreeing with.
What could possibly have come first?
When was the Xbox Live Arcade up?
But that doesn't have retro games on it.
What about...
I guess, yeah, maybe it had like Pac-Man or something. I don't know. Maybe it did.
I don't know.
I have no idea either. Either way.
I'm on board. Let's say it. Yep. Somebody will correct us if we're wrong.
Yeah. Oh, of course. It's definitely the first Nintendo one. We'll say that. All right. What else you got?
Nintendo has also announced that they will be restricting live streaming of their games on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. This was also a thing.
Yeah. So the Nintendo affiliates. So if you want to have your stuff be on YouTube and have Nintendo stuff in it, this was a big deal. It came out a while ago. You can become a Nintendo affiliate.
Yeah. It's essentially you're partnering with Nintendo.
Exactly.
That gave you permission to stream their games.
Yeah, yeah. To review them and talk about them in video form.
Oh, you couldn't stream them?
You can on Twitch.
What about YouTube
can't
Live?
On YouTube Live.
But
now.
you could.
You could.
You could. That's what I mean.
You no longer can.
You still can on Twitch?
I believe so.
That's weird, right? Why would it just be YouTube?
I don't know. And it probably doesn't involve Twitch either because that's outside of YouTube. The Nintendo Creators Program was specifically within YouTube.
Oh, right. That's true.
So you can still do your videos on there. You just can't live stream any Nintendo stuff. It's really complicated. It's probably best just not to make videos about Nintendo on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, I'm very confused. So you can still make reviews, right?
Yeah. So if you're
It's just
if you're a
plays
Nintendo
you can't
affiliate person,
Mm-hmm.
you can still make reviews,
But you cannot let's play.
and
Right.
like discussion pieces. But
Live
yeah,
stream.
no let's plays are I don't know. No live streaming. Let's plays are still okay.
Okay. I have no idea. I guess we should have looked into this.
Yeah, that's news.
Live streaming. No live streaming. Don't be live streaming them Nintendo games, I guess. That's sad. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't really care for live streaming anyway, but I know a lot of people do.
That's all I have for news because for whatever reason I upgraded the iOS 11 and there's some problems with it.
No problem. Splatoon 2 getting that new weapon. Have you been playing Splatoon 2 at all lately?
No, I haven't put it in for a while.
Me neither. It's called Tentabrella. Let's move on. Final Fantasy 15. Okay, here's a discussion. So Final Fantasy 15 is adding new story content. I believe it's free, but it's new story content.
Yeah. To improve the fill in the gaps.
Yes. Now, this would be a great topic/news discussion. How do you feel about games adding or changing story content post-release?
If I've already played it and enjoyed my time with it, I don't care. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to go back. Like Mass Effect 3. I played through it when it first came out. I beat it. I enjoyed it. They released some post-game free DLC to make the ending more in line with what everybody who complained wanted. Mm-hmm. I never went back and saw that. I never played through that.
Yeah.
Same thing here in Final Fantasy 15. I enjoyed Final Fantasy 15. I had a good time with it. I understood the story. I was able to figure out what was happening. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like I need more. I won't be going back.
Okay, fair enough. I hate it. I think it's a terrible thing.
Why?
I can now try and have a discussion with somebody who also now beats Final Fantasy 15, and they will have a completely different thought and opinion on it than I would have had.
They would probably have a completely different thought and opinion on it anyway because they're an individual.
It doesn't matter because they seen things and experienced things in the game that they thought was just part of the core story. They have no idea that what they're playing was different from what I played.
Okay, so this is
especially
specific to Final Fantasy. But see, that could still have happened in this game because this has an open world component. There are dungeons and monsters and quests you wouldn't have done.
We're talking story content, story content. I don't care about side. If you want to add side quests, you want to add DLC, go ahead. I don't care. But when you're changing a story, especially for a Final Fantasy game, imagine if you could suddenly save. Oh,
are they changing the story or are they just adding more detail?
Yeah, they're adding more detail. They're giving more backstory to I think who was that Dragoon girl? Probably Highwind. I don't remember.
Aria Highwind?
Yeah, so you get more story for her. So people will have more of an attachment to her now. That would have been awesome, but I can only go by my experience. I'm not going to replay the game again.
Technically, couldn't you just go and watch the cutscenes because you don't need to play the game again? You've already played the game?
I guess you could, but I wouldn't do that for games I love, let alone.
Yeah.
somebody else is going to have a different experience. Now, some people say, what's wrong with that? But I feel robbed, especially for a story-driven game. I have other examples here. No Man's Sky.
Okay.
Think about how different that is now from release.
Yep. Very different.
Like, that's mind-blowing. I don't even... It's good if... No, it's bad all around. Because it's good for somebody who's just getting into it now, but somebody who's already played it is tainted, and you won't be able to discuss it. I don't like it. I don't like changing it. When you release the game, that's it. There should be no patches. There should be nothing. That's what you get, and that's it. Digital hurts my brain. I don't like it.
But patches can make a bad game
Don't
good.
like patches. They should make sure it's good before they release it,
I agree.
and that's it.
But not everybody does.
And if you patch it, if it's absolutely necessary, then sure, go ahead, patch it. But there's going to come a time when the servers aren't available anymore. That patch will no longer be available. And what you have on the disc is what you have. And if that's not good enough to get through it, then it shouldn't have been released. I also have Mass Effect 3 written down here too. Completely different. The end of the game, man. You can't change the end of a game.
They didn't really change it. They just added some extra detail in the cutscene.
Same thing. It's changed. Adding is changing.
Yeah.
Man.
But that doesn't bother. Like,
Oh, it's not right.
this is similar to a Twitter discussion that was had this week regarding save states continues, passwords, stuff like that.
You want to get into that now?
No, are we
I'm
gonna
saving
talk
that for
about
QDawg talk.
All right, we'll save
that
it.
for Q.
We'll save it.
Yeah, getting a lot of heated topics lately. I love it. I
Yeah.
love gaming related topics. I love discussing gaming stuff.
I like watching people on opposing sides have an adult conversation where they don't devolve into name calling or bullying.
Yeah, that helps too. I love anytime Eric gets involved.
Eric is
Yeah, and Derek keeps his cool too.
Eric is
and it was pretty much those two. I mean, I was in there, but I was just sort of there until Eric got in.
yeah. Eric, to quote Polykill, Eric is
He is.
yeah.
Yeah, and boy, would I eat that cake up.
So you get any more news?
Splatoon 2. Okay, let's talk about toilet paper for a second.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So, has this been confirmed yet for the next Splatfest?
I believe it is, yes.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I don't even know how this is a vote.
I can tell you how. Here we go. You ready?
If you,
For the first 30 years of my life, was a strict, only had the toilet paper roll in the front. If it's ever in the back, you're living like a caveman. But then my toddler showed up, and she starts hitting that roll. Once it starts rolling out, she's like, oh my God, this is amazing. Why aren't we playing with this all the time? Next time she goes in, hits it, nothing. What happened? What's different now? Turned it around. Can't unroll it now. It's the only thing you could ever say for why you'd want to turn that toilet paper around.
Can you feel the hate in this room right now?
But that's what happens. That's the only reason you would ever turn it the other way that I can.
Well, there is another option. Don't let your child run around unsupervised.
No, she is supervised, but she's still gonna get that toilet paper.
Stop her. You command her to stop.
Wow, they don't have collars.
Get her a collar.
But what was I gonna say? Or the other option is the super hot Octoling girl picks it, and then
She did. She is back.
okay, well there you go, back roll all the way.
Marina is back roll.
That's the only other reason you'd ever pick back roll. I'm very curious to see the percentages on this.
Do you not remember the story of the ship and how the back roll can, by gravity fed alone, drop to the ground?
What?
Yeah. I've seen back rolled toilet paper fall onto the deck into a pile of urine.
Dude, there's no way the back roll has more gravity pull than front roll.
Begin to soak it up
That doesn't make sense.
like a litmus test. It does make sense.
The back roll would not roll off more than the front roll. It's
Big
the
time.
same roll.
It's disgusting.
It's the same thing. It's just facing the other way.
You're an animal. I am coming over to your house and I'm changing all your rolls.
All my rolls are currently
And
front
then
roll.
I'm going to properly educate your child on what are toys and what are not.
They're all front roll currently. But I can understand. Like, I can't make myself do back roll. But I can understand for everybody out there who's had this experience, I understand.
No.
There's going to be a time where your child goes to the washroom by herself for the first time.
The lesson
She
here
hits that thing.
is
it's going to be fun.
Don't have children.
Anyway.
Kids ruin toilet paper.
Anyway, this is the only thing I can think of that maybe supports backroll because I like to try and think of both sides. I don't like just going in blindly and being ignorant to everything else in the conversation.
Not me.
I know. So there we go. That was the only argument I could come up
The
with.
one in P1 stands for ignorant.
That is the elite way of spelling it. All right.
Yeah.
That is all I have for news.
Yeah, me too. Let's. Oh no, there's one more.
What?
Sony's guy stepped down.
Oh.
Andrew House, is that right?
Yeah, Andrew House is his name.
He's gone.
What'd he do?
He has stepped down.
He didn't step down.
He's done.
He got promoted or something.
No, he's gone.
What? No, he's still on. He's on like the board of directors now or something.
I gotta look it up.
All right, look it up. Andrew House isn't gone.
Yeah. It was the Xbox guy that got promoted.
Now look it up. Look it up.
I'm looking it up.
You look that up.
You look it up.
I can't look it up. Actually, I better because it looks like you're having some mysteries over there. It's called Google.
You Google.
What are you doing?
I'm going through this news app.
Oh my goodness.
It's a news app.
It looks like you're like trying to get a book out at the library. I'm going to look up Andrew House real quick here. How does the Dewey Decimal System work?
I don't think they use the Dewey Decimal System anymore.
They don't?
No, I think now they use the, it's something else.
Google.
Yeah.
Andrew House leaves. What?
Told you.
Hold on a second here. Let me read this.
Yeah, read it off.
Oat, effective immediately. Oh my God, no. Hold
Boom.
on. After 6 years. Oh my God. Hold on a second here. I don't believe it.
What do you mean you don't believe it? I told you it's in print. I said it on this show. It means it has to be fact.
Yeah, House will be replaced by John Codera. What?
Yeah.
House will remain on as a director and chairman. There you go.
Gone. He's out.
Oh, through the year to ensure a smooth transition.
And that's it.
Wow. Okay, so I guess it's confirmed. What does this mean for us, the consumer?
Probably nothing.
All right, let's move on.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not like.
I didn't know that he was doing anything wrong. Isn't PlayStation like on top of the world?
I
right
thought they
now?
were crushing it.
Yeah. So maybe this was just a personal thing. I don't know.
I heard Nintendo sniped him. He's replacing Reggie.
Oh.
Yeah, he's gonna come over and make Nintendo hip. They're gonna overproduce.
How could Nintendo
everything.
get more hip?
I don't know.
It's not like they could get any more current.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's the end of the news segment.
All right, let's get into my favorite segment. The one brought to us by AMP.
Oh.
The best energy drink you can buy at your local dollar store for $1. $1 Canadian dollar. That's like
Yeah, that's 70 cents.
they
American.
pay you to take it in America.
Yeah. It's like a quarter of a pound.
Oh. It's like there's a party in my mouth and everyone's invited.
So let's talk about the Cartridge Club this
Cartridge
week.
Club update. CCUpdate. Getting updated.
As part of the show, we're going to talk about some of the podcast videos and blogs that have been uploaded to the community this week.
Man, that's a hard sum you always drop there.
It is this week for me has been extremely lacking in any kind of media consumed.
Oh my God, me too. So this is going to be rough.
I have one podcast and one video this week.
Okay, I have two podcasts.
I think one of the
And one
videos
video.
is the same one for us. So, oh no, two videos. I watched one tonight.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
I think I was present.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time. It works just. I work with these. They're new coworkers, but they're not new coworkers because I've worked with them all in the past. One of them I actually went through boot camp with.
Oh.
And I did my QL5 training with a couple of them. Anyway, I have one of them I sailed the deployment with. I have worked with all of them before, but it's sort of like a new unit working together.
Yeah.
At this school where they teach leadership, and they spend most of the day driving me crazy.
Oh.
Like in a good way. We're friends. Like we get along. But one of them likes to play music all the time, nonstop, and the other one likes to sing his own lyrics, and they always involve his genitals.
I'm very confused. They're playing music like they're in a band or they're
No,
listening?
it's just on his phone.
Okay.
So it's very distracting. It's very loud. I don't have a lot of opportunity to just sit by myself, and we all share an office. So
Oh my God, what are
Yeah.
you doing? I'm so used to you having no work.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
I
there
miss
is
those days.
there is work. It's just now it's also work and distraction. So
Oh.
my time is way down. And Colleen and I just implemented a no electronic devices when we're home alone together, except for 1 hour an evening.
What? What
So-
about TV?
TV. So no cell phones, no tablets.
Okay.
So we come home from work, no cell phones, no tablets until 7 o'clock. We
What?
do it for an hour. It's an attempt to communicate more with each other, to
How's
do
that
more
going?
things together. Well, we watched.
You guys
the
seem actually
Exorcist
pretty happy
TV show.
tonight.
Yeah.
I've not seen you kiss so much.
That's because all the kids are out of the house now. There's no more kids here.
Oh, yes.
All of the children are... Emily is still here every second weekend, but Tennille is gone.
Wow.
No children in the house. Just Colleen and I and the dogs.
Oh, my goodness. Empty house.
Yeah.
You guys got that... What's that? Empty nest syndrome or whatever it's called?
Nope.
You seem terribly upset.
So that's the update portion. What are we playing this month in the Cartridge Club?
Wait, what? That's not the update portion.
No, I know. That was what we're up to. We don't normally do that.
Oh, that was our update.
Yeah, so
update
that's our
for
announcements.
us.
Yeah. So what are we playing this month on the Cartridge Club?
Big month, big spooky month. Castlevania. Castlevania 4.
Man, that's a super game.
Super Castlevania 4.
I'm on stage 6.
I'm on the one where the buzzsaw tries to catch up to you. And you're climbing up the stairs.
I'm not there yet.
I don't even know what that is.
That sounds scary.
I think it's like A5.
Is there different routes to go in this?
No, I don't think.
Because I thought I saw like veering paths. Maybe I'm wrong. I know there was a 3. I must just double back at some point towards the beginning.
What are you talking about? Are you trying to mess with me right now?
No, the map. There's like at one point I do the little thing, and I went down the river, but it looked like I could have gone up.
Oh man, maybe there is a way that I don't know about.
I don't know.
Man, let us know, listeners.
Yeah.
There may be something I've never done. Dude, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. And what are we playing in Cartridge Club Portable?
We are playing Resident Evil Revelations.
Yeah, and Curtis made it okay to play on the Wii U or PS4 or whatever.
What do you mean make it
okay?
okay? Of course you could play it on the Wii U.
Well, because it's portable, right? You don't have to play it on the 3DS.
Oh, I see. You can play the game however way you can.
Yeah, as long as you can. So I'm thinking about diving back into my Wii U version because I really enjoyed what I played of it. It's broken up. It's episodic. So it's you can go in, play a quick chapter, and then, take off for the day or whatever. This
just sounds like it would be a great Switch game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big time.
It is coming on Switch, right?
I don't know.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Oh, man. Why you do that to me?
I thought you were going to say, yeah, it's coming out this month.
No.
Yeah,
it's been a hard week.
I'm pretty sure it's coming out this
I
month,
hear a lot
right?
of songs about genitals.
Oh, God. What a remix. What a great remix.
What do you get for podcasts?
All right, podcast.
You have 2 podcasts. I have 1, so we'll do a P2 sandwich.
Okay, actually, I kind of have like 2.5.
All right.
And I'm going to do the half first.
Cool.
So I haven't listened to the new Masters of Unlocking, but there is a new Masters of Unlocking. Okay. However, I do want to mention something that was it Scott or Caleb? I think it was Caleb. It has to be Caleb because it's psychology focused. He brought up nostalgia and the definition of nostalgia and how it is designed as it's like an error in our brain where we just remember the good things about something when we should be remembering the faults as well, but we can't because it's nostalgia. And that's why it's actually a problem.
It's too bad kids didn't come with this.
And I thought maybe you were right about the PS1. I was listening to this. I was watching this thing GameStop put out, and it was like, these are sounds that kids from the 90s will recognize. And there's a whole bunch of things, and then it had the PlayStation 1 opening sound when you turn it on. It's like, you know what I mean? It has like the PlayStation logo or whatever. And I thought, holy crap, pure nostalgia.
Yeah. Maybe
that's why I love the PS1 so much.
There's actually I want to touch base. There were some comments from last week's show.
I love comments. If you're getting into the comments, I just want to say thanks to Pam right quick for mentioning The Big Sick. I'm definitely going to check that out because it sounds like it could be a quirky love story.
Yeah, so first I want to touch on Facebook. Reed came over.
Okay.
He was at Cartridge Con, friend of mine. I did the deployment with him.
Reed.
Glasses.
Yes. There was a couple people glasses.
And Reed, in regards to last week's
did he listen?
Discussion, yep.
What? Hey, Reed, what's up, man? That's crazy. Which one was Reed now? Was he the guy that killed Mega Man 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just looking for it here.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll fill the dead air. Here we go. So the PlayStation 1 is better than PlayStation 2. Me and Ryan are kind of having a debate about that. I've been debating a lot of people about games lately.
Yeah, I know. I got 85 notifications for your debate. Appreciate that.
The best part is we both won.
So I'm going to read Reed's comment verbatim just because it supports me.
But you lost.
I really enjoyed this week, and especially the discussion about a possible PS1 classic. I'm with P1. I don't think it works, and here's why.
Why?
I agree with the sentiment that the games look like shit. As an avid emulator, I just tried a few of the classic PS1 games like Crash, Final Fantasy VII, Einhander, MGS, Twisted Metal, and Gran Turismo, just for shits and giggles without any modern texture filtering, anti-aliasing, or shaders to clean everything up. They didn't hold up. Some were barely playable. Others just looked bad. There was a reason Nintendo didn't use many textures in Star Fox that had nothing to do with the fill rate of the Super FX chip. 8 kilobyte low-res textures look like garbage.
Yeah, the Star Fox is ugly.
Also, the NES and Super NES were from an era in gaming that was so much less fragmented than the PS1. We all had Nintendo growing up, except for that weird kid who had a Genesis, who we were only friends with for Sonic. Mm-hmm. There is a tremendous collective nostalgia when it comes to the Big N that other companies just can't trade on, because every single one of their classic releases was good. When the PS1 came out, it was expensive, and entered into a market where the SNES was already solidly established. Sure, it sold like crazy, but so did Saturn, initially, and N64, and Dreamcast, and PC. So that was Reed's comment, and I thought, man, I feel really good about myself right now.
Yeah.
And then I went to the forums.
Hold on, I have to speak about that comment first.
Okay.
All right, first of all, let's just take a look here.
It's on Facebook.
Hold on.
Do you even have Facebook? This is the first time P2 is logged into Facebook.
I'm not going on Facebook. You crazy?
Where are you going?
I'm going to see how many PlayStation 1 sold. Guess how many millions of units?
35.
Okay, 102 million.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, okay. Now, what were the other things he mentioned? Super Nintendo he mentioned. Guess how many of that sold?
8.
49. Half the amount of PlayStation.
Wow.
So, if you're worried about the attachment rate, don't worry. PlayStation's got you covered, Reed. PlayStation Mini's coming. But guess how much the PlayStation 2 is sold?
154.
That is very close. Yes, 155.
Yeah.
So it's the only thing beating the DS. Wow.
So I went to the forums.
Okay.
And normally I wouldn't talk about the comments on the forums.
This is fun.
But this was a good time.
Okay. I love video game discussions.
So Pam was up first. Pam actually listened to the podcast and put the first post up for the show to make the comments. And Pam says...
Thank you, Pam.
I agree with P1. Polygons are ugly.
It's true.
However, I also think a PS1 Classic would sell just fine.
Oh, yes.
What I think would keep it from she says there's plenty of nostalgia to mine there. What I think would keep it from being made is not ugly graphics, but technical limitations. Bigger disc-based games, some multi-disc on the console. I think a PS1 Mini would be the best choice for another one, but I wouldn't buy it. And then she mentions the movie to you.
She makes a good point. It would definitely require... Because what's on the Super Nintendo and NES Classic for memory?
I don't know.
It's like nothing. It's like dirt.
Yeah. So then Miles drops his top 25 PS1 games. He's all for it.
He dropped what?
Top 25 PS1 games. He's like, these are the ones I wanted to
I have to go read this.
Yeah, you should log into the forum sometime. Do you even have an account?
I'm going now.
You have to register. Let me know when you do, and I'll
It's
confirm it.
really lurker friendly.
Agent Poyo jumps in, and I love it. Agent Poyo has some of the best comments. I really
Very insightful.
Really enjoy interacting
Very
with him.
insightful stuff. Let's see if he's right.
So he says, I have to strongly disagree with the belief that the polygonal era is as ugly as P1 made it out to be. There are plenty of clever uses of polygons. You've got the polygons like that of Final Fantasy VII, but then you have the polygons like that of Chrono Cross and Final Fantasy IX. It's a huge difference. And then there are games that use 2D and 3D, or went with a 2.5D angle. I'm not saying you can't easily find examples of ugly polygonal games, but acting like the entire PS1 era is fugly is pushing it.
Yeah, he's right. He ain't lying.
He is. So then he gets into some discussion on limitations and what he thinks they would have. He thinks 15 games would be the sweet spot for the PS1 because the NES had 30, the SNES had 20. He says, given the cost of 32-bit games on the PlayStation Network, they'd probably put about 15 games. And then somebody else later on points out, I think it's Diego, points out that at roughly 720 megs per game, rounded up to a gig, you could, I want to get that number right because that.
I would say they're more like 500 on average, but I definitely see his point. If you're counting the Final Fantasies, for sure, they are a lot bigger.
Yeah, so
the average, I would say,
they're
probably
talking
500.
single disc games. They don't really get into multi-disc games.
Multi-disc games shouldn't be a problem for emulation. They can do it on the eShops. Shouldn't be a problem.
700-ish megabytes of data. He says rounded up to a cool gigabyte. You could put 15 single disc games, including your operating system, on a PS1 mini console. With 16 gigs of flash memory in there.
But how much cost are we talking? If the NES or the Super Nintendo is 100 here, and that's got maybe like 2 gigabytes, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know. But some great discussion on the forums about last week's chat.
I love it, and I'm loving these lists. Oh my god.
So, Masters of Unlocking talked about what got us on this topic. Come back to me.
Yes. Nostalgia, it plays a big factor in what you love.
Yeah. So was I right when I said that last week? It's all a matter of opinion. Chances are, I mean, some very intelligent people whose opinions I greatly respect are pointing out that I was probably wrong.
You're probably wrong. I was mostly referring to the indie development. You were talking about how indie developers don't take on the...
Right.
And I think that raises a good point. If with the nostalgia attached to it, can you look past the limitations of early polygons?
Yeah.
It's easier to look past...
Limitations is another great topic we're going to dive into with the QDawgs there.
Ooh, really? Limitations?
Yeah. It's what Derek keeps referring to, the lack of save states in older games. Derek.
Oh, Derek. Oh,
because it's a limitation of the hardware. Anyway.
So when we talk about Eric's video, we're going to also mention what Derek said. I got you. Okay. Boom. It's getting heavy. I love it. I love these type of discussions because they're all video game related.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You want me to keep going?
No, I want to go Media Mavens next.
Do it.
So Media Mavens this week, this is the one podcast I listened to. They talk about the Handmaids.
Oh. What?
It's the only one I've heard. I didn't even hear Easy Allies.
I'm not even talking about that, but carry on.
Oh, and STC.
Okay, there it is.
Right. STC. Yeah, that was Friday.
Way to drop the boys.
Well, by recording on Thursdays, it has been so far removed since I listened to STC.
I thought you were a big STC fan, but you're forgetting about them already? That is harsh. I got them fresh on the brain.
Are you done? Media Mavens talked about Handmaid's Tale. Have you seen this show?
No,
or read the book?
My God, am I interested in that? It sounds very interesting.
It is crazy good and terrifying that I think it could actually be a reality.
No, there's no way it could be reality.
I don't know,
Isn't
man.
it about like concubines and stuff?
Yeah, so the United States has this civil war. The people that take over end up almost reverting back to medieval ruling, and their greatest export becomes women who are fertile.
Oh, wait, is the world infertile?
Yeah, the world's having problems with birth.
Well, that's a big thing to mention.
And they treat the women like concubines.
Wow.
It's a decent show.
Just out of curiosity, are there certain women who are for this and certain women against it, or are they just all against it?
Some of them, I mean, in the show, they portray them as being for it and against it. There's a mixture of the two, yeah.
Okay.
Some of them believe that it's right. So, because the infertile women, who are considered like the nobility, the rich women, are married to these men who no man can be infertile. That's not a possibility. They just say that. Oh. It's obviously not true, but they say that.
Right.
So
if somebody can't have a baby, they blame...
They send the handmaid. Then they do this weird sex ceremony where the wife sits on the bed, the handmaid lays with her head between the wife's legs, and then the husband screws the handmaiden to try and get her pregnant. Check the show out. It's really good.
Yeah, that sounds very intense.
Especially if you like deviant love stories, because there is a...
I don't like deviant. Okay. I just like quirky love stories.
There is an interesting love story in this.
Okay, I'm sold. I love interesting love story.
Yeah.
Hey, did I mention Peanuts last week?
Peanuts?
Peanuts, the movie Peanuts.
I don't think you did.
I never mentioned the Peanuts movie?
I don't think so.
Dude, quirky love story in Peanuts.
Yeah.
I choked up. I'm not going to lie.
The redhead girl?
I choked up.
Good job.
I choked up at the bus scene. That's all I'm saying. Great movie.
So check out The Handmaid's Tale. Media Mavens talked about that. Then they talked about Star Trek Discovery.
Okay, so what's your opinion on Star Trek Discovery?
I haven't watched it. I probably won't. I haven't liked a Star Trek since Deep Space Nine.
Okay, so what's the Media Maven's opinion on Star Trek Discovery?
Pam's cautiously optimistic at this point.
I like it.
She's seen the first 2 episodes. She's reserving judgment. Okay. And I know that on Twitter she said she saw the 3rd episode and it was a little better for her.
Oh, very good. I did hear a lot of good stuff about the 3rd episode from a few different people.
Yeah. So then
I think about it, Pam was one of them, and I think Bill was one of them.
Yeah. I asked them to suggest a book for me to read.
Okay.
Riley suggested Jurassic Park 3 times. I have actually already read Jurassic Park. She's right. It's fantastic.
Is it different than the movie?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Yeah. And better. It's much better.
Oh.
She also suggested The Man in the High Castle. Now, that's a television show that I really enjoyed.
Yes.
I would love to get into that book, so that might be on my list next.
Interesting.
As well, she suggested the Fortune's Pawn series, which is a space trilogy, I think she said it was. Pam then suggested a book called The Magus, which apparently has vibes of The Game. Remember The Game with Michael Douglas?
Yeah, I do.
She said it has vibes like that, based in an older time on a Greek island.
That's that one where it's like they're messing with him the whole time, but he doesn't know it.
Yeah.
Man, that was a messed up movie.
Yeah.
That was good.
You just spoiled it.
Did I?
Yeah, you're a jerk.
No, because doesn't it end up they weren't messing with him?
Yeah, good job. And then she also suggested anything by Christopher Moore, such as The Island of the Sacred Love Nun, and a book called Annihilation, which is being made into a movie. She hasn't read that yet, but she wants to read it herself. So I think I'm going to grab that and The Man in the High Castle.
Well, there you go. You got
Great episode.
A lot of good recommendations.
And you were right. You nailed it. It's not the lack of a topic that does it for me. It's the chemistry.
I know. I got you. I got you pegged.
Yeah. That's why there's two of them.
Look at this. Look at this guy.
All right.
All right. Let's do it.
STC.
ST Sizzle.
Hit me with your notes.
All right. Oh, God. My notes are so weird for STC. There's always weird notes. But Joe got his Vita. I realized that is one of my notes. Very exciting stuff. Okay, so how he got his Vita is very interesting to me. Sony Refurbishment Center. Do we have that here?
I don't think so.
You know what's really cool is I got my Vita in box for $100 years ago.
Wow.
From a guy at work. Didn't know it was him. Just a guy in Kijiji. I remember he gave me Madden and there was like Coke lines on it.
Yeah.
I didn't care. It was $100.
I put my Vita in a box and gave it to Dean.
Yeah, you did. But yeah, congrats on the Vita, Joe. I'm actually curious, Joe, what games are you looking for most? Maybe we'll hear that on the next STC. Hot Tub Sexy Ladies is my next note. It's going to take me a minute to remember what this is about.
I don't remember that conversation.
I remember the hot tub because they went to Joe's house. Oh, okay, I remember now. So yeah, they had the sleepover at Joe's house.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Bill was like, I want to get in the pool.
Right, and somebody said, if you go to Joe's house, you're getting wet or something like that. You got to get wet or something. But there was a story related to the hot tub that I just can't remember. But anyway, cool that they got in the hot tub alone. That's cool. I wish we had a hot tub. We should do weekly in a hot tub someday.
Not a chance.
Dude, they could do STC in a hot tub.
Dude, how are we going to fucking get these mics in a hot tub?
They'll figure it out. They can do it first, and then they can tell us. They're the professionals. Sexy ladies. Oh, right. They were at some restaurant or something. Oh, yeah. And Joe was like, Bill, look. You got to look right now. Look right now. And trying to get him to look at baseball highlights.
Yeah.
And Bill's like, man.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Joe's quite the wingman.
Yeah, loved it. Love that funny story. I love when they rib each other. It's always so good. Also, whenever Bill does the impression of Joe talking about Recore, so good.
Yeah.
So good.
I'm not into that stupid name.
It's good stuff. And then they talked about Shakespeare trivia. And I put Joe Thello because I thought that sounded funny.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we hear some Shakespeare trivia next episode.
I hope we hear any trivia. I like the Joe trivia.
I liked even when Bill put the music on that time and he didn't have it ready. Just to get the hairs on Joe's back of his neck standing up.
Yep.
Love it. And that is all I have for STC. Great episode as always.
Can't wait for tomorrow so I can hear it again.
Yeah, me too. Well, you got any notes there for STC? Why aren't you taking STC notes?
Because I'm driving usually when I'm listening to STC.
Get Colleen to take them.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
Or remember it and write it down when you park.
No. I like to just be in the moment with them.
Yeah, well, if you could be in the moment and take notes, you'll have hot tub sexy lady notes.
Right, I will. You're right. I'll take notes this week, I promise.
All right, good. Okay, so the last up I have Flock Talk. Okay, first of all, Catherine's review. Sorry, I shouldn't even say review. She talked about The Shape of Water and how
that's where the fish does the girl, right?
How hyped she was for it. She, in fact, said that not only was she on the hype train, that she was the conductor of the hype train.
Choo-choo!
Yeah. And then I thought, if she's the conductor, I'm probably the guy shoveling the coal in. If she's yelling down at me faster, I'm like, I'm shoveling as hard as I can because I need to see this movie bad. So she thought, holy crap, I can't wait to see this. She said, as she's going into the movie, I'm about to watch the best movie I've ever seen. And you know what? She said that might be true. She loved it. Oh, I was so excited. I was so nervous when she said that. I was like, oh my God, she's going to say she hated it. Then she said she loved it. I was like, oh.
And you started shoveling faster.
Oh, I was shoveling, man. Those 2 months cannot go by. And she mentioned that. She mentioned how jealous I was. And I was jealous. Oh, there's a scene in the movie. She lives above this movie theater. They were in the theater that they were filming it in.
Cool.
Isn't that cool as hell?
They live above a movie theater?
Nope, you're not getting it. So in the movie, the girl lives above a movie theater.
Okay.
Then they're watching the movie.
Catherine was watching the movie.
In the actual theater that they filmed the movie in.
Catherine was watching the movie in the theater below her apartment. Right?
Yeah, you nailed it. Let's move on. Yeah, Miles does the projector. It's great. It's good team. And that is all I have for podcasts.
Shovel harder.
Oh man, I'm shoveling. I can't wait to see that movie.
There were some other podcasts that came out.
I had other notes. They talked about horror movies and stuff.
There was an off kilter we still haven't talked about.
Horror games.
I
haven't heard the nature one yet.
Yeah, just been busy. So
Yeah.
we'll do our best to get to them. Please don't hate us. And if you do, you can send all hate mail to contact@cartridgeclub.org.
We could easily just plug the live podcast again for Polykill because it was great.
Yeah.
Also, Bonus Barrel is not released yet. It is supposed to be up either tonight or tomorrow. But I'm going to pretend that I've seen it for a sec. This month they're talking about horror games. So it's a horror-themed month.
I hope Shelby does the editing. It's always best when Shelby does the editing.
That is a fact.
Or when Seiji does it.
When any of them do it, it's good.
Or when Left does it.
Are you just trying to single Rob out?
Or when Rob does the editing.
Well, then who?
I just want someone to put a show up.
They will put it up. So this week they're talking about
But
games.
Rob, see, when we said their release times are sporadic, Rob yelled at us and said they're not sporadic. They're Wednesdays. We announced it's Wednesdays. Unless Rob edits, and then it's Sundays.
All right, hold on.
Or if Shelby edits, and then it's Thursdays.
But not necessarily.
So the day of the week depends on who's editing. So they need to tell us at the start of the month who's editing that month so I know what day to look for their show.
That's not a bad idea.
Here I am getting excited on Wednesday. Then nothing shows up. Then I got to walk around all day excited. You know how embarrassing that is?
You know, it's going to be hard is getting 2 bonus barrels on weekly next week. I'm going to have to make sure I get them both in me. But this week they're talking about games that are unintentionally scary.
Why are they talking about horror games?
Because it's October.
Okay.
So it's scary game month. But they're talking about games that scared them that weren't intended to scare them. Do you have any like that? Games that freaked you out, maybe give you a creepy feeling? They actually mentioned this a little bit on Flock Talk, too.
No. Dead Space.
That is supposed to scare you.
Oh.
Think of other games that did that. Like
Resident Evil.
No, dumb. Not Resident Evil.
Eternal Darkness.
I hate you. I'm looking around here. There's got to be some.
Silent Hill.
Oh my god. What about like one of the
Beautiful Joe.
Journey. When you're in that underwater one,
Yeah.
and that dragon shoots out, that scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, when you're underneath, under the ground
Yeah,
there.
I mean, maybe that's not really on point.
Oh, Alien Isolation.
You are an imbecile. There's got to be other ones that we're not thinking of. Oh, Parasite Eve. All right, let's go.
Let's move into videos.
Moving on.
We got 2 videos for me this week. You got 2 for you?
I got 1.
Did you see Caleb's our Pokemon fans being used video?
No, but what's it about?
I haven't seen it yet. I was hoping you'd seen it. I'm watching it right now.
Sounds intriguing. I bet you I can guess what it's about.
Pokemon fans.
Done. Sorry, I just read Yoshi's question, and there's no way we can answer it.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So I've seen the QDawg house, or do you want to do yours first?
No, let's do QDawgs.
QDawgs. So, lot to take away from this video. They crammed a lot in this week.
Yeah, first up, Eric got a SNES Classic.
Boom.
And then walked into another store and got another one for Melissa's brother.
Yeah. Not only did he get on the hype train, he bought 2 tickets just to have somebody sit next to him.
He woke up that morning thinking, maybe I'll check it out on my way to work if it's not busy.
Right.
And then went from that to, I'm going to all the stores. I'm buying all the SNESes.
And yeah, all the SNES classics, they're mine now.
Yeah. I checked. I background checked some of the eBay listings. None of them go to the QDawg house.
Oh, good. Phew. Yeah, so he has one now, and he's on board, and I'm excited for him. I don't know why he wasn't planning on getting one originally. What do you think about that? Why wasn't he planning on getting one, you think? Do you think because he already owns all the games, probably?
Maybe.
But anyway.
Maybe.
Most importantly...
I think he didn't want to deal with the hassle.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Okay, so let's talk about...
So there's that.
He beat... no, wait. Yeah.
Melissa...
Mrs. Cute, I was going to say.
Mega Man 2. That's 4 Cartridge Club Game of the Months in a row.
Boom.
I don't even know... No, I've done the same 4 in a row that she has done. But
Yeah,
that is my longest
The same
streak.
4?
So now it's like her and I neck and neck to see which of us...
You cannot compete with the one console queen.
So now we're on to Super Castlevania 4.
Oh,
This
that's
is
a tough
crazy.
one. That's
Yeah.
a tough one. But if you save state, it'll be easy. You could both easily beat it. It's like watching a Let's Play. It's the same thing as doing save states. Just watch a Let's Play and say you beat it. So on this episode, they were talking about save states. And they were talking about our debate on Twitter as to whether or not save states are cheating, right?
Yeah.
So Derek and Eric really got into it on Twitter. I kind of got into it a little bit because, in my opinion, what's your opinion? I know we've discussed this before.
No, they're not. It's a game. It's a hobby. It's a toy.
Well, you can't cheat in games,
It's not a competitive game. You're playing.
but you can't cheat.
You can cheat in competitive games, yes.
Only in competitive games can you cheat.
Yeah, but you're only cheating. No.
What about game genies? What do game genies do?
What?
What do game genies do?
It's like applying an easy mode.
What? No, if the developer doesn't offer easy mode, then there is no easy
So if
mode.
it's something the developer offers, then it's not cheating?
Correct.
Okay, they offer save states.
No, the emulator does,
No.
not the developer of the game.
Did Nintendo not develop did Nintendo
No.
not develop the games in the Super Nintendo Classic?
No.
They didn't.
No, they didn't. They simply licensed them.
All of them. They didn't develop Super Mario World.
Super Mario World, I guess.
They
sure.
didn't develop Yoshi's Island.
But the ROMs that are on there do not have save states included. The emulator does. That's like saying I could download any game, I put it in an emulator. Oh, now save states aren't cheating because I'm using an emulator. And therefore it's not cheating.
I don't...
It's okay to cheat. There's nothing wrong with cheating.
It's not cheating.
It's fun to cheat.
It's not cheating.
You can have lots of fun cheating.
It's a video. It is a hobby that you do for fun.
But as Eric said, this is just our thoughts. If you don't agree with it, that's cool. If you don't think cheating...
What Eric actually said was
What did you have written down?
that he plays by his rules.
Yes.
But you can play by yours.
Yes, exactly. So if you don't think it's cheating, then it's not cheating for you. But it's cheating.
See, the biggest problem is
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how many people say, "Oh, you beat it that way." "Oh, you didn't legitimately beat it." "Oh, you did." I don't care.
Nobody would ever say that to anybody.
They say it all the time.
No, you only say it about yourself.
You say it.
Only about myself.
I'm walking around right now with my
You beat it.
my Mega Man 2 badge,
You beat the hell out of
and
it.
it says "beat on hard mode."
No, you can't beat it on hard mode.
I put it on difficulty and I beat it. On difficult and I beat it.
All right, as long as it was on difficult,
Yeah.
then you can put that.
Yeah.
It's your badge.
Yeah.
It only represents you.
That's right.
Not me. Your badge doesn't represent me.
That's right.
It represents you.
That's right. And I have more badges than you because I don't limit myself in how I play.
It doesn't matter. Mine will accurately reflect.
Eric actually said on Twitter today that his posts don't say when he beat the games.
I love
They
that.
say when he completes
Oh my
the
god,
games.
I love how specific that is. This guy is so meticulous. It gets my nips hard every time. I never noticed that. He actually puts complete or beat. That is genius.
Yeah.
Ugh. A man after my own heart. I want a list of all those rules.
So Yoshi spent 4 hours interrupting the Mega Man 2 podcast, interrupting us, and now he's interrupting us in the recording of Weekly.
God, he was on the
Yoshi,
Oh my goodness.
stop texting me math.
Oh, that's funny. He didn't even.
Kidding, Yoshi, we love you.
Okay, what were we just saying about so yeah, I don't remember. Oh, I want the rules. I would love the challenge.
What's the difference between save stating between levels and using the password system? Nothing.
Well, if you save state, you keep your score and you keep your items.
You don't with a password?
No. It starts you off with no items and no score.
Man, that sounds like a massive limitation of the hardware.
No, oh my god, no! This is what they intended to put in the game, but we don't know what they actually
We
meant
don't know if it's what they intended to put in the game.
We don't.
We know that this is what they had to put in the game based on the hardware availability at the time.
You just nailed it. We know what they put in the game. We can speculate.
We know, but what they had to.
Yeah.
We don't know what they wanted to put in.
Speculation.
Right.
We can speculate, but we actually know what they put in the game. Period.
Because they were limited. Because they had to live by the limitations of the hardware.
No.
They
Maybe.
They
Sure.
did.
Sure. It is a distinct possibility.
Why would anybody use a password system when you could just use a save slot?
Because it saves money on batteries.
Hardware limitation.
They didn't want to pay. No, money.
'Cause they were cheap.
money limitation, maybe. But it's still their choice. They made the choice. Yeah.
They made the choice to license that game to Nintendo and said, go ahead and let people save state it.
But definitely, like I said before, like Eric, I have a very strict guideline that I apply to myself, but I still respect everybody who plays it however they want. As long as you're having fun, that's okay with me.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about video game reviewers using save states?
I don't care.
This is getting deep now. You know how everybody's talking about game journalists should be able to be good at video games and stuff? That's the argument right now. That it's actually happening on the internet.
Okay.
And I don't think they
Do sports writers have to be good at sports?
just hold on. You don't play a sport when you're watching it. Anyway, so I don't think you have to be good at video games, but I think you should play the games the way that they were intended. But if you're going to review them. You agree?
Well, if the game has save states.
If the game has save states, then fine, go ahead. But it won't.
Most games today do.
What? No, they don't.
A lot of modern games do. A lot of saving checkpoints.
Yeah,
Those are
checkpoints are completely legitimate.
They're just like save states.
They are not. No. Oh my
It's
God.
not?
No.
So you get to a point in the game where it saves, okay, you're here right now, you walk into the next room and you die, and it loads you right back to where you were last.
Yeah.
That's not a save state?
No, it's a checkpoint.
What is a save state then?
It's something that is added on through emulation usually or some other device.
It performs the same function.
It changes the game.
Performs the same function. I'm just
changes
adding
the game.
checkpoints.
You can't add anything to the game. You are not the coder for the game.
Maybe I should be.
That would have been awesome. Maybe you should do that. Cartridge Club Classic Remix Mini or whatever.
Yeah. It's hard for me to get worked up about this because I really don't care. I'm going to play the games how I want to play the games.
Yes, of course you should.
And if it bothers anybody how
bother
I
me.
play the games,
It doesn't. This is just
then-
personal reasons. I love Eric's even more hardcore than me, and
Yeah.
I want to beat. Okay,
like, do you think when they're sitting there playing their games at home that Eric is looking at Melissa going, "Oh, you're using save states"?
No, nobody's
You didn't
here
really
to
beat
judge. Nobody's judging anybody. It's just personal. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I don't.
I want the list of rules.
But you're making me feel like there's this elite group of gamers walking around holding their noses up, like, no, you can beat it however you want. I'm just going to beat it the real way.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, you could go ahead and cheat and win. That's fine. But I'm not going to do it.
No, it's all right. Yeah,
No judgment.
no judgment.
Oh, it's so hypocritical. Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah.
No judgment. But really, you should
But no judgment.
as long as you're having fun, who cares?
No judgment. But I really beat it, and you're a scrub.
Well, I didn't say it. But as long as you're having fun, that's what
anyway,
games are
Melissa
for.
and I are 4 games in a row, and Melissa, I want to hold strong with you. Let's beat Super Castlevania 4 together because we're gonna need a jumpstart on next month's Mass Effect 2.
Oh, dude, I need to play through first one first.
Do I have the trilogy?
I don't think you do.
I think I do.
Well, if you do, I would love to borrow it. Does it come with 3 discs, or is it all in 1 disc?
3.
3 discs?
I don't know. I haven't opened it to find it.
You haven't even
We'll
opened
look
it?
at it after.
I see Mass Effect 3,
Okay.
but I don't see Trilogy.
That's all I got for.
Oh, so I'm looking forward to hearing the comments on this, just like we did last week.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. And Reed, what do you think, dude? What do you think of save states?
Reed beat Mega Man 2 in 18 and a half minutes.
Wait, how many save states did he use? All right.
He actually killed his first 2 men on purpose and then just went through with the last man and didn't get any
Just to do it.
one-ups.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. I want the list of rules from Eric, and I want Eric.
Because you want to see how badly that he is beating. Because Eric should probably coach because he actually beats the games, unlike you, who just sort of beats the games with your dirty continues.
I want Eric to send me the list of the rules and whatever the hardest game is that he has beaten. Or any game, really. Maybe don't start me with the hardest. But like one of the games that stood out to him that, man, when I beat this legit, it felt good. I want that.
See, it's the word legit that bothers me.
I want to know what... No, legit Eric rules. That's
okay.
that's what I'm talking about. I want to know what he feels like when he beats a game. You know what I'm saying?
He probably feels the same way that I feel like when I beat a game. Cool, I beat that game.
Yeah, no, I get that too, but I want to actually beat it the way Eric beats it.
But there's no difference. Beating it is beating it. You just said yourself, you beat it your way, he beats it his way.
I want to beat it his way. That's what I'm saying.
But beating it his way might not feel good to you.
It will feel good. If Eric feels good, I will feel good.
Eric might like to beat it a different way than you. It might just be, at the end of it, you might be like, you know what, that was too hard. That drugged me out. I'm really not into it.
If he can help me beat it, then we could beat it together. Wait, what? I'm saying if he helps me beat... If he gives me the list of rules, it will help me beat it the way he beats it.
Yep.
God damn it. I want to beat it like Eric. I just want to know, because his list of rules is...
I just
that's
want to
only
know
rule
how
1.
Eric feels when he beats it.
Dude, rule 1. You know what rule 1 is? It isn't no save states. Guess what it is? No continues.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
That is hardcore. So last night I got to that money level, like level 9. Oops. I've been hitting my phone like crazy talking about this. Level 9 in notifications keep popping up from Yoshi, so it keeps turning on. So level 9 in Castlevania 4, I lost my last life, and I thought, I lost it. I lost Rule 1. What the hell's Rule 2?
So you didn't actually beat the game.
No, I haven't finished it yet.
No, but you won't have. You had to continue, so you didn't legitimately beat it.
Not Eric's way, no.
Legitimately.
Legitimately not Eric's way, no.
So you beat it with a continue.
I haven't beaten it yet.
Okay. No, that's good. I'm happy for you. You can beat it however you want. If you need to use continues, that's fine.
Yes, it is fine for anybody who wants to do it that way. It is still a legitimate win to you. But you know who it isn't a legitimate win to? My boy Eric. And I can't wait.
You were making Eric sound way more elitist. Eric was like, at the end of Eric was like, yeah, so we have these rules my brothers and I came up with.
It's just his personal
and it's
rules.
what we play by, and I don't expect everybody to play.
You're making it sound this way.
You play by your own rules. I'm not.
Yes, you are, because you're like, oh, just because I use save states, well, there's something wrong with me. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I want to beat it like someday I will beat it like Eric, but I need to know the list of the
rules. Maybe you could go to Portland and he could show you how he beats it.
Rule number 2 is probably like, you got to hold the controller upside down. I can't wait to see it.
All right. There was blogs this week as well. Dean did another review and he did another Merchandise Monday. Again, I haven't had any time at all.
I know, but you almost skipped over Second Breakfast.
Oh, smokes. Yeah, so I watched Second Breakfast.
Smokes.
Musty highlighted his top 3 most fun, unique items in his gaming collection.
I think it's like 3 items in my collection that I love or something.
It was the Gunblade, and then I don't want to
Gunblade.
Spoil the others. But he had to tag some people.
Okay.
He tagged the RF crew.
Are we allowed to spoil that?
Richard Fandango, sure. He also tagged Curtis from Girlfriend Versus.
Boom.
And he tagged the crew over at Polykill.
I think he tagged both girlfriends.
No, I think it was just Curtis.
No, Layla? Yeah. Okay.
Layla's favorite collection piece is Curtis, so.
Understandable.
Yeah.
He's quite a treasure.
He is. I should be so lucky. I'd like to get one mint in box.
Me too.
That's it for update. You want to move into answers?
I do want to move into
answers. We cut 2 segments into the show. We're still cruising over an hour.
I don't know how. Probably because we're talking about video games more now.
Yeah, maybe.
Not just forcing topics.
Yeah.
Just to have a topic.
So first up from... So Derek asks, should all games use text for dialogue, or is voice acting better and enabled by technology? Does P2 like fun?
I do. I do love fun.
I like. It depends on the game for me. If there's a lot of reading, if there's a lot of dialogue, I would actually prefer there to be written, because if it's spoken, I will wait to skip to the next dialogue box until they finish speaking it. But I read much faster than the voice actors talk.
Okay. How about I will agree with you for a point, but the biggest problem with that is if you get a bad voice actor. One bad voice actor is enough to ruin a game.
Yeah.
For that reason, I would like to have the option of both. I will always give voice acting a try, but the second I'm turned off, I want Japanese and subtitles immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah, I prefer. I don't know. I'm okay with some voice dialogue, but I prefer to read, because then I can play the game. I don't need to have headphones on. I can play it in silence.
That's also true. Octopath is a perfect example. The voice actors, while probably as good as possible, just were not very good to me.
Yeah.
The second I had Japanese voice actors with text, I was in heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diego asks, how many games for a single system is too many to be released in a single week? Is there such a thing? I think there is. I think it's better to focus. So I think it's better to release
this is very interesting.
One large-ish game. Doesn't have to be a AAA title, but one game that is a higher indie title. Mm-hmm. And then if you touch on all of the other genres with smaller indie titles or digital-only titles, that's good. So I would say somewhere in the range of 5 to 7 a week, with one of them being a decent size. And then once a month, I think you should have your large AAA.
Now, let me ask you a question. Are you looking at this from...
This is purely...
Is this a consumer perspective or from a business perspective?
I don't think that's either. I don't think anybody wants what I just said. Consumers or businesses.
Well, then what are you talking about?
It's just what I would like.
Okay, no, that's fine. All right, look at it from your perspective. Okay, cool.
A business is probably, as long as they're quality games, there's no such thing as too many, as long as they can space them out over the course of the month, like over the year.
So you're thinking they should space them out?
A business they don't want to have a down period, right? So they want to make sure something is hitting every week. Mm-hmm. At least one thing.
We'll look at it this way then.
But they need to release more than one thing a week because if it's something that not everybody's interested in,
but
they need to try and cast a wide net.
You're thinking of it as like Sony. Think about it as the publishers. They don't want to develop. They don't want something coming out the same week as Mario Odyssey, for example.
No. Oh, no. If I'm a publisher.
Right.
Yeah, so if I'm not the game company, I was thinking of it as the systems company.
Right.
If I'm just a publisher.
Like when does it hurt them?
Yeah, you want to limit. You want to make sure you're putting only on quality.
You want to spread that out. As a consumer, I don't think there's a limit. You dump them all in. I'm going to get to them eventually. But those games, some of them aren't going to sell as well. It's
but like you said,
them.
they don't want to go out. Like Assassin's Creed and Wolfenstein 2 are both going to have hard weeks going up against Mario Odyssey.
And each other, yeah, for sure.
And all of three of those are going to cause each other pain.
Well, Mario Odyssey will be all right. But yeah, the other two for sure. But in terms of a consumer, I don't care. Release them all as quickly as possible, and I'll just get to it eventually, years down the line, if even.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter to me as long as they're out there and available. The sooner they're out, the sooner they're getting cheaper.
For me, the ideal, I can't really look at it weekly. For me, the ideal is once a month, a AAA title, a major AAA title. Mm-hmm. And then weekly, as long as I get one or two smaller indie games, I'm happy.
Okay, yeah. So you don't want a drought. You just want
consistent,
right,
regular fun.
Okay, makes sense.
But that's me. I am not the everyman.
You know what? Back in the day, I probably would have been in the exact same boat as you, but where I have no time anymore, you can dump them all today, and I'll get to them eventually. It won't matter to me when they come out. Okay, cool. Good question.
Next up from Matt, WGS Matt, AD Defense. Is there a Canadian food better than poutine? Ooh. And why is the answer fuck no?
Yeah, I guess that's it. I guess he answered it.
I am partial to donaires.
But is that a Canadian food?
No. I think the way we eat them are, yeah.
I know that the maritime style donaire is its own thing. So let's count that, because that would be my favorite. If that's an option. If not, I would go with poutine, I guess.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with poutine.
Yeah. Donaire, maritime donaire, if that's an option.
Poutine's good, but I don't like mine smothered in gravy. I don't want soggy fries.
All right. It's time for a confession.
You never had a poutine?
I've never had a poutine.
Wow.
I've had fries and gravy. I love fries and gravy. I've never had the curds. Never had the curds in there. Afraid of the curds.
We're moving on.
Afraid I won't like it. Afraid I would ruin my fry and gravy dish.
Chris R., the bass guy or bass guy. I'm not sure if he's really into fishing or if he's really into music.
Maybe both.
What are your thoughts on Toys R Us filing for bankruptcy protection? And will Nintendo products save them this holiday season?
Is that a possibility that if they have a good selling season, maybe that's why they're going out of business, because Nintendo's been sucking?
Nope. Let me ask you a question. How much money do you think retailers make on the Super Nintendo Classic? It retails for 100 Canadian, and it's like 80 US. How much do you think a retailer makes?
$25.
No.
What?
Lower.
Lower than $25?
Lower.
$20.
Lower.
$15.
Lower.
$10.
Lower.
$5.
Higher.
$7.98.
$7.
Wow. That's
EB Games.
crappy.
Mom and pop shops, Best Buys, Walmarts. The profit margin for a Super Nintendo Classic at these locations is $7.
That can't be.
$7.
That's horrible.
So in order for Nintendo to save Toys R Us, they would have to sell 100 million units.
Well, they just don't have that in stock. Yeah.
So $7 is what they make.
That's crazy, man. No wonder they're going out of business.
It makes me wonder, how much is Nintendo making?
Well,
if the retailers are making $7,
because they're publishing their own,
and a portion of it is going to the other licensees.
You think it's a portion? You think it wasn't a flat rate they paid?
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer.
I don't know either.
They make $7 on the Super Nintendo Classic. They make $6, between $6 and $12 on new games, whether that's PS4, Xbox One, or Switch.
How much? Sorry, 6?
Between 6 and 12.
Woof.
It's ridiculous. There is no money to be made in this.
Is that why physical media is dying?
Maybe.
That's so sad. Oh well. So I guess the answer is no.
So are you sad about it? I don't care. I don't go to Toys R Us because it's
I'm sad that I can't bring Avery there.
Full of demons.
I'm just sad. Why? I'm sad that I can't bring. Oh, I'm sad that I can't bring Avery there. It's a beautiful place. It's a fun place. It's just pure happiness, and there's no store like that now.
Yeah.
That's sad. I have to take her to like the library.
Take her to Nintendo World.
No, have you been to Nintendo World?
No.
It's not that good, man. It's not that good.
Dean Lasagna asks, turkey, ham, lasagna? What does Thanksgiving dinner look like in your household? Are you going to Mom and Dad's this Sunday?
Yeah, of course. You too, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Turkey, though. I would love to say I'm going to two because I have my wife's family's on Saturday or whatever the other day is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mom and Dad's having, and they're doing turkey.
Mom and Dad will be turkey.
Yeah, I think it's turkey both days.
Our grandmother does ham.
I like ham.
Yep.
And scalloped potatoes, I like that.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
scalloped. That's what she does, ham and scalloped
Do you call it
potatoes.
scalloped or scalloped?
Scalloped.
I call it scalloped too. I'm curious if we say it funny though, because everything we say now, people are like, "Hey, you say that funny,
Yeah.
dude."
We play some Mario and we eat our scalloped potatoes.
What comes out of volcanoes?
Lava.
Damn it.
What?
What do you call bathrooms?
Bathrooms?
Like what you just said, but a Tories at the end.
Lavatories?
Thank you. Lavatories.
That's what I said. Lava.
Now, what did you say the first time?
Lavatories.
No. What comes out of volcanoes?
Lava.
No, it's lava. Anyway, listen to CC Portable this month or last month, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Also, thank you, Duke. Duke just tweeted out about CC Portable. That's funny.
Solid.
Yeah. But it's lava. All right. But no, I wish I could have both. But turkey is what I think of when I think of Thanksgiving. I guess that's really the answer to the question. Yeah.
Russell Lyman asks, do you think Mario is cheating on Peach in Mario Odyssey because Pauline makes an appearance? Old Flame? I love this idea.
Why?
I would love to see like a Mario twisted love triangle.
But the whole point of this movie is to stop Peach from getting married to Bowser. Oh, maybe that's why she's getting married to Bowser.
Because Mario's running around with Pauline. It's a Jack Ritter misunderstanding.
Oh, it's getting deep.
You know what I mean?
And Pauline is trying to get away
Jack
from
Tripper.
her abusive husband, Donkey Kong.
Yeah, like Mario had a date with Pauline and Peach on the same night in the same restaurant.
What? Like an Archie comic?
He tried to get it to work out, couldn't work out.
Happy Days episode?
Bowser's reaping all the rewards.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's possible.
Yeah,
I thought this guy was just being funny, but maybe he's right.
yeah.
Russell, you're onto something, dude. I hope that happens.
That's what sends Peach running into Bowser's arms.
Yeah, I love it. Okay. What else?
Julian Vega says, should I go watch Blade Runner 2049 this weekend? Well, Julian, a podcast I listened to called School of Movies
Yes, you do.
spoke very highly about it on Twitter today. He found it euphoric.
Ooh.
So I'm going to go based on that and say yes. I find I agree with his opinions about 85 to 90% of the time. So
Oh, wow. I have heard good things about it.
Yeah.
We missed a question from Josh. Frantic Society.
yes, we did.
Since Cuphead tackles the 30s era style animation, what other animation style would you like to see used in a video game?
My answer has already been done.
Well, then,
Studio Ghibli
I know
and Ni no Kune.
That's the only one I could think of too. But I mean, I would
'Cause
love to
it's
see.
gorgeous.
Man, you know what would be awesome if they had the guy that did Dragon Ball Z.
That Dragon Ball Fighters game looks good.
If they had the guy that did the Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, he did the Dragon Ball Fighters.
No, I'm talking about like
Akira Toriyama
yeah.
and
I was trying to make a joke.
and Dragon Quest.
And Chrono Trigger. And...
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Did he do any good games?
But no, I can't think of any. Oh my.
Kidding.
I can't think of any that I would like to see.
Moving on.
I do want to play.
Studio Ghibli.
I do want to play Cuphead. Ghibli. We already said Ghibli, didn't we?
Yeah, saying it again.
That's definitely the answer. But
This
anyway.
QDawgs says, what are your favorite Halloween candies? Mine are Kit Kat, Snickers, and Mounds.
Wow. I guess this is kind of like, what's your favorite candy? 'Cause I love
Halloween candy.
Like, what do you think of Halloween candy? Do you think of mini chocolate bars?
Yeah.
Me too.
I like Oreo or O. Henry.
I like O. Henry. I like
Little mini O. Henrys. I could be down for some Kit Kats, too.
I'd probably be better off saying what I don't
Twix.
like. What don't you like?
Candy corn. Fuck that. Right in the A.
I don't know if I've ever had candy corn.
I don't like candy corns. And I don't like those little marshmallow...
The pumpkins?
anything marshmallow.
Oh, wait, never mind.
F that right in the M.
I don't like marshmallow either.
No.
But what mini chocolate bars don't you like, though?
Mars.
You don't like Mars?
I'm not a fan.
Get out of here.
I'd rather have a Snickers.
Well, so would I, but I would eat a Mars. We're not ranking here. We're saying what don't you
That's
like?
like saying I'd make out with Jennifer Love Hewitt, but I'd rather make out with Colleen. I'm going to stick with the one I want.
Why do you always bring those? What about Bounty?
Just in case
you like Bounty?
You don't know if she's listening.
Like Bounty or Mounds?
No.
Wait, I think she mentioned
Yeah, she did
Mounds.
mention Mounds. I don't want coconut. I don't like
You
coconut.
like Mounds?
No.
No, Mrs. QDawg does.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very unique.
Yeah, but she also likes cilantro.
What about Big Turk? You ever have a Big Turk?
Yeah, those are disgusting.
I'm going to throw up just thinking about it. I like Eatmores. A lot of people don't like Eatmores.
I used to like Eatmores a lot. We used to call them Roberto Clementes.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't either. We used to smoke a lot of pot. We'd get really high. We'd go buy an 8-pack of Sunrise
Give me some of them Roberto Clemente.
pre-made hamburgers and get a couple of Roberto Clementes each. Then we'd break into my friend Craig's house and barbecue on his patio.
Oh my god, that is terrible.
Good times.
That is good times. Roberto Clementes.
Jeez. I don't know why we called them that.
I don't either.
Yeah, Snickers, Twix, Kit Kats.
You know what I like? Titan
Henry's.
bars. You ever have a Titan bar?
No.
It is the best Snickers version dollar store bar you can get for 50 cents at your local dollar store.
Wow.
And it's the king size.
So I could get 2 for $1.
2 for $1. It's king size.
That's crazy.
You're getting 4 for $1, really. Titan. I'd buy it at your local dollar store.
Reese's peanut butter cups. Those are jammy.
I do love Reese's peanut butter cups.
I really like on Halloween when somebody gives me an apple,
Why?
so I have something to throw at them.
You know what we used to get on Halloween? Mini sips.
Yeah, you remember that house? There was a house on our street, or on our
Aspen.
grandmother's street. Yeah,
Yeah,
in Aspen,
yeah.
where they used to open the garage. You used to go in and decorate your own cookies. These homemade cookies.
Yeah. Man, you can't do stuff like that nowadays.
A lot of kids went missing there.
There was also when we had to walk up
cookies are
this
so
huge
good,
hill
though.
and they gave out cans of pop.
Yeah.
They're like, thanks for walking all the way up here. Here, have a can of
Worth
pop.
it.
Yeah, it was.
We had 8 kids come to our house last year. I can't figure out why no kids came here.
You had 8 kids?
Yeah, we had 8.
Dude, we had like 160.
We had 8, and 2 of them were walking by the house. And they only came because I was on the front porch, and I said, "Walk up this driveway and get this candy for my wife. She's crying."
And then you went out and dressed up and came over. Oh, trick or treat.
Yeah, she was like, "Wow, you're a big one."
Can I have 2?
Yeah,
No.
a
Get
lot.
out.
Yeah, it's all the hormones in my milk.
Yeah, no, but I don't know if you guys did, but back in the day, we used to park at Armcrest. That's where you would go to trick or treat.
Yeah, because that's where all the people had money.
Well, I guess, but that's where all the houses are close to each other.
Oh yeah, that helps too.
Yeah, and that's where we are. So
We went trick or treating into like 15 and 16 years old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't, but
One year we dressed up
I
as
would've.
One year we
I
dressed
was
up
too
as
tall.
14-year-olds. We were 16.
man, what's this new thing about onesies? Like these onesies costumes.
Yeah.
It's just like onesies that you wear at home as pajamas, but the kids are just wearing them now as costumes.
Yeah.
But they're obviously too old.
Kids are lazy.
You shouldn't wear your onesie
You know what?
costumes.
Kids who play with toilet paper rolls grow up to wear onesie costumes for Halloween.
You know who used to play with toilet paper rolls?
Ooh,
Your kid.
yeah. She has a closet full of onesies.
Yeah, but does she go trick-or-treating?
No,
I don't think so.
no.
But these kids are. That's what I'm talking about. You can't wear your onesie and go trick-or-treating. That's the lesson of the day. Let's wrap it up.
All right. Thanks for listening, folks. If you are listening to this on iTunes, Stitcher, or Google Play,
This went long.
please head over to www.cartridgeclub.org where you can check out other great podcasts, videos, and blogs from our community. If you're already a member of the Cartridge Club, you can head to www.patreon.com/Cartridge Club where you can donate as much or as little as you like, and every cent donated goes to improving the club. I am Player 1.
I am player 2.
CC Unite.